Hello everybody, and we are back. Or no, we're not back. We are here. Who's we? I'm here with some NCAA Football 14 that just came out today. I was going to do some early release stuff, and then I didn't because of various issues. But this is Ultimate Team. I thought I'd show this mode off because I was pretty excited about it, and I am having quite a bit of fun with it. Here you can see my offensive line is the base offensive line that you get from your starter pack. You'll see obviously how Ultimate Team works is you build your team, you play games, and then you can win coins and use those coins to buy packs, which will have players and better players and so on and so forth. Roy Halou is my halfback, 89, former Nebraska halfback, now plays for the Redskins, I believe. Yeah, I decided to use him. I'm not going to use the Bo Jackson freshman card because that's the card that everybody got for free, and that's the card that everybody is using. I'd like to use somebody different, and I can tell you already that I have been more successful than my opponents in running the ball. But here, Hakeem Nicks, 90 speed. Look at those catching ratings. Route running, ridiculous. My gosh. Brandon Banks, 93 speed. He doesn't have quite as good of catching ratings, but he's still a really good receiver to have at this level. So Anquan Bolden, freshman card, not quite as good as maybe a higher level version of him, but still a good third wide receiver to have. And then we have freshman Christian Ponder, which right at this moment is the best quarterback that I have. 80 speed, but not very good throwing ratings. So take it or leave it. But defensively, we have right here out of Texas, Brian Robinson, left end, 82 overall, pretty solid guy to come off the edge there. And then my defensive tackles are not very strong. Fua and Conrath, I'll definitely upgrade those guys at some point. I had the starter pack, and then I had a couple free packs for whatever reason. I think I got one for sharing the demo and something else. I don't know, but so I did get a few kind of upper level players, somewhat, not Greg Jones, but Ray Maualuga, the USC linebacker, 91 overall, 95 tackling, 90 awareness. That's ridiculous. That is absurd. But then you have Curtis Lofton. So outside of Maualuga, I do not have any good linebackers at all. Pretty horrible. But look at my secondary. Alfonso Dennard, freshman, 92 speed, 79 man coverage. That's his freshman card. That's ridiculous. Aqib Talib, 86 speed, not quite as good in the coverage ratings, but still really solid for a freshman low-level card. These are all bronze guys, and I would have to say I probably got some of the best bronze defensive backs when you're talking about speed and awareness and coverage combined, outside of Earl Thomas, because his awareness is like looking down the toilet. So there you go, Jake Rogers at kicker. Hakeem Nicks has that ridiculous speed for returning. So there you go. That's basically my team. Did I mention this? I don't know if I mentioned this. I already played one game, but I was having capture card issues. It was pretty boring though, so you guys didn't miss much. I lost 10-3, and there it is. There's my little seasons thing. If you don't know how it works, you basically just play X number of games for a quote-unquote season. If you do well enough, you can make the playoffs and so on and so forth, and you can move up. There's like 8 levels of the seasons, so I don't know if this is I probably won't make a series out of this, just because that's not what I really want to do. Once rosters are out, I'm probably just going to stick with Dynasty. I don't know if I'll go back to Ultimate Team. I'm just playing this right now because it's something to do with the game, and I really love the gameplay this year. I love it. It's a lot of fun, and it feels really good. There we go. Brandon Banks, 93 speed. He gets a 32-yard reception on the sideline. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at this ridiculous pitch. I don't know how that happened. But that's Henry Hynoski. It's like 60-something overall fullback. He's like ridiculous for what he's rated at. But Chris Johnson, the backup halfback, comes in, freshman Chris Johnson, so not quite the guy that you might know in the NFL. But here my opponent, dressed in Clemson colors, he has Andrew Luck at quarterback, Javid Best and Bo Jackson in the backfield. He's got Nick Toon, Anquan Bolden, and Danny Amendola, at least as three of his primary receivers. And then D'Angelo Hall intercepts Mr. Luck. So, yeah, that was very unlucky for my opponent. But I told you guys that I have a really good secondary, considering they're all very low-level cards. I should stop really saying cards, because I mean really they're players. That's just, you know how it is. But here I kind of get antsy, so I decided to take off whatever. And it was kind of an awkward looking hit. I tried to slide, it didn't work out too well. 2nd and 4 late in the first half, and I get really lucky. I'm sure my opponent was not very happy about that, because I got lucky, busted off a tackle, and Roy Halou is in the end zone. So it's 14-0, I am leading, and I was pretty happy with how the game was going so far, until Javid Best burns me. I'm guessing this is the freshman version of Best, but he's always been fast, so it doesn't really matter which version of him you're playing with. He's probably got obscenely high speed ratings. But then some tight end or whoever this is burns me. I don't know where my secondary was in this particular part of the game, but this was the only time where they really appeared weak, because my opponent scores. Props to him for playing a good game, by the way. I don't know if I'll have his gamer tag here, but just to give him props. Look at the coverage on this play. He plays defense perfectly. He has a spy on my quarterback. Coverage is perfect, and I get a little bit lucky because I run around a little bit and try to redirect my line to take out the spy. But he pretty much played perfect defense, so once again, props to him on that for playing a good game and not being a jerk. So there you go. 8 seconds left in the first half. What are we going to do? I contemplated going for like a deep ball, but I really wanted to take the points in the end, It's always smart to take the points, get the field goal, and it's 17-7 at halftime. So let's flipsy-doozy over to the second half, where my Clemson-dressed friend is going to throw another interception at the first play of the half, I believe. And it's Alfonso Dennard getting back in his old Nebraska colors. Don't you just love that? Yes. Yes, yes. And Ponder's going to give it off to Halou on the option give. Look at this tough running. Nobody wants to take him down because he is just man legs. I don't know, but Halou was fatigued after that play, so Chris Johnson comes in for cleanup duty again, and he gets his second touchdown. So we'll just call Chris Johnson the janitor. He's cleaning up, and I feel bad for my opponent because this is the third interception of the game, and it's Earl Thomas, the Texas Longhorn, going to take it all the way in Nebraska colors. That's kind of hilarious. If you guys understand, those of you that understand the history of Texas and Nebraska, you will know why I said that. But anyway, at the end of the third quarter, my opponent does score. Javid Best in the end zone. For that moment, he was indeed the best. He was. But that was it. Not much else. My opponent did throw one more interception, but I thought I'd spare him the embarrassment. I don't want to use that word because he did play a good game. He was a worthy opponent. I say that because there's one other guy that I played. He was just terrible for a number of reasons, but I won't go into that. You can look at the stats here. Check them out. You can see Thomas, Hall, and Dennard all got interceptions, and then Curtis Lofton also picked up the 4th interception. So there you go. How do you like that? Thomas, of course, had that touchdown, but that was a very good game for me. I thought pretty solid. I usually don't do too well in head-to-head in NCAA, but this year I seem to be a little bit better for some reason. I don't know. And then here's some cards I got from doing the skill drills. And one of these quarterbacks is going to be my new starting quarterback for the Ultimate Team. You guys will get to see that in my next video. Again, I'm not really going to make this a series. I'm just kind of doing this just kind of offhandedly until rosters come out and I can start my dynasty, which I'm really excited to get going. Hopefully, maybe even later this week, possibly. So, be on the lookout for that stuff, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.